It's Joe, no Joe, no Joe. Oh, you know what it is. Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. We in the building. Oh, oh, we in the building, y'all. When I tell y'all we are in the building, we are in the building today. I know y'all missed me yesterday and I ain't come on, but trust me, it was for a good reason. Okay? Man, it was for a good reason. Everybody come on in. Come on in. I got a good one for y'all. Oh, I got a good one for y'all. So if you got any, it's Friday night, January 23rd. If you got some of your little sippy, you know what I mean? For those who roll up, roll up. If you got a nice cigar, get out your cigar, get out your torch. You know what I mean? If you ready to have dinner tonight, or this is gonna be one of those joints right here, where you gonna be here for a minute because not only did Vlad TV drop a new Neckbone interview, they got the Compton rat, the Compton pig, the former cop, the former correction officer, the drug dealing, convicted, money laundering pig. They brought this snitch on Vlad TV. You know he loved working for the white man. You know, whether it's Vlad, whether it's Phil Carson, whether it's John, you know, he's the house nigga, you know, yelling Compton, but move the Riverside. Right? uh, Phil security for Tupac. They brought this dude on Vlad to interview Neckbone. I don't think Neckbone knows what he just did outside of getting himself lined up. Well, the reason I didn't come on yesterday is because I went and watched the whole Neckbone interview. So I don't have to wait for the little pieces to come out this time around. I went and watched the full thing. So I'm gonna give y'all the full breakdown while all these other guys is waiting for piece to by piece to piece to come out. No, I'm giving y'all the full breakdown tonight, right? You ain't gotta wait for part one, part 30, part 50, part 100, part 200, and they milking this. Nah, I'm giving you the full breakdown tonight. And what I'm also going to do is talk to the most intelligent audience in the YouTube universe. I got questions, and I'm going to let y'all answer these ones again. So if you like having the Choke Interactive YouTube live show, you are in the right place tonight. You know what I mean? You could be anywhere else, but you right here with me. So hit up your favorite YouTubers that you like to chat in the chat with. You know what I'm saying? Get the smart ones to pull up. You know what I mean? Because I got some great questions for y'all. And Neckbone, I hope you be watching me, brother. Because I'm the only one out here in this YouTube universe that's going to pull your coat. I ain't got no reason to hate on you. I ain't got no reason to try to entrap you. But you trusting Reggie is like trusting the devil. You know what I mean? You Bro, I'm about to pull your coat, Neckbone. I'm about to pull your coat like a little kid that want to go outside. Yo, Reggie is lining you up, brother, and you don't even see it. You about to be Keefy D. Yo, I'm not gonna work for you, brother, because I don't want to see that happen to you. But you don't know. Reggie got up there and talked to this dude, Neckbone, for 2.5 hours. And he trying to spin Neckbone every which way but loose. And the one thing I can say is Neckbone ain't as stupid as the previous Vlad guest. He's a little smarter than the average bear when it comes to being hip to Reggie, as far or being hip to these questions, because he know when to shut up, when he need to shut up. But there's plenty of times where they catch him slipping, and he thinking they being his friends. But him doing the interview with Reggie Wright Jr. and Reggie think that we supposed to trust Neckbone when he's doing the interview. Oh, no. Neckbone credibility is shot. Joke, no joke, you already know. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get to the show, y'all. Choke, no joke. We live, baby. Let's go.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Let's go. Choke, no joke. Chicken, choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas, choke, no joke. Yeah. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Either war. Rest in peace, Fuego.
Don't ask me why.
We here now. Choke, no joke. Grego. Rest in peace. You know what it is. Say I neglect her. I love my child. You make me go wild with your parenting style. Only for her, I wear this smile. Cause inside, it's really a grin. If I was a drink, I'd be drunk off gin. I'm not a quitter, I fight to the end. You're not gonna dictate who life I'm in. Just mad cause I went from boys to men. Like Wanya and Brandy, the road end. I say it in French, we are thin. I do not like you, you're not my friend. You make me cringe, get under my skin like veins, blood, bagging up cane. Don't know too many dudes that go through these things. Deal with your bullshit and still stay sane. Yo, brains with a blue early in the game. Yeah, deadbeat, I make you dead me. You wanna see me locked up like me, so I kick back and let the preacher preach. Wisdom of his word, get me through each day. Emancipation on the way. I'ma celebrate from September to May. Till the castle close, we go our way. I just pray she love me one day. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. 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 The worst type of chick, bottom of the pile. Tell him it's his and know that it's mine. Mine's is his. Then run for years. What the fuck was you thinking all those years? What if she needed a donor and needed me there? Family even question her hair. Cause she came from your womb. Do you think that is fair? I remember the day I called you out of nowhere. You heard my voice, all you heard was air. I bet you were hella scared. You said forget her, you better without her. Her's my daughter, this is an order. Try running again and you'll be crawling. Cause I'm coming through like Mike Duggan falling down. This time not fucking around. I wanna see it now and I don't care how. You do it, I do it, move quickly. All the years that you ditched me, and right now you going to hitch me to your back. Take me where she's at, and don't worry, there won't be no clapping. These are the years of me rapping, producing, directing. For you it'd be hectic. I love my child and I don't regret. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. child. Happy Father's Day. I love my child. Happy Father's Day. I love my child. Happy Father's Day. I love my child. Take me to court, bitch. That shit don't hurt me. I've been to court for worse. Still survive. See, I know it's not about the money. You filed to hurt me. I'm not a deadbeat. When it's all good, you know it's all sweet. When it's all hood, you gotta bear with me. Your girlfriends say take me to court. How you don't ask and then go to court? You know when you ask, things get brought or paid. Emancipation on the way. We'll hang out any given day. Your relationship will fade away. We will get close, you will fade away. Like the baby mama that ran state to state and had to run for about 8 years. Some say how she lived. That might satisfy the father but ruin the kid. Trust me, I speak it cause I live. Ain't another song that info give. That's info for who follow the kid. You went half on the baby, chick you played me. Kidnapped my babies and made them hate me. Y'all ladies don't know, y'all drive us crazy. Fellas, if you out there and you miss your baby, say it. I love my child. Choke no joke. This go out to all the fathers out there that miss their babies. They took our babies from us over money, child support. Now they don't even know us. This go out to you.
Choke no joke, chicky choke no joke. Choke no joke, chicky choke no joke. We in the building, baby. Shout out to everybody in here that hit that like button. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? If you didn't hit that like button, please hit that like button to help the notifications go out. I would appreciate it. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. You can stay and watch right there. Or you can go on my stories, hit the link. It'll bring you to the show where we having a little interactive show today. Y'all can interact right there. Shout out to the THVD Dawn. I see you. All right. You know how we do. Shout out to Michelle Frizzy, first in the building. Kareem Smiggity, second in the building. Kevin, third in the building. Whack on Wood, fourth in the building. All right. W. Jones, top 5 dead or alive in the building. Moderator, his squad is in the building. CC Crip in his head. My fellow Americans, salute. My membership gang is in the building. Kareem Smiggity is here. All right. Choke no joke. Y'all already know. Kev, also down with the membership gang. Who is Neezy in the building? What up? All right, y'all. Choke no joke. We in the building. I see I had to block one hater already. You know what I mean? So, as you know, as of earlier this year or end of last year, Neckbone popped out of nowhere. You know, I wouldn't have never expected him to do no interviews and get up on YouTube, you know, being a real one. You know, not saying that real ones don't get on the internet, but dudes that really be about that life, they kind of stay off the internet, and so they don't talk about crimes and or talk about people and expose people who names really don't want to be mentioned on the in the YouTube universe. But we have learned that Neckbone has lost his job at the DMV. So maybe, going to grab a Vlad check he thought may be a good idea, like Keefy D thought it was a good idea, and they landed him in jail. And I think that's the only reason why they got a, a, a interview with Neckbone is because you know he no longer works for the DMV, which is a great goddamn job to have. I don't know how he lost. Well, I do know how he lost that because he said, a lot of people was hearing all these stories about him and stuff, and it was making it hard for him at his job, which is crazy to me because who the hell was talking about Neckbone on YouTube? Reggie. Reggie is the one that came out and tell all these war stories and goon stories about Neckbone. And Neckbone goes and sit down and do an interview with Reggie. So if anybody got Neckbone fired from the DMV or created an awareness about his gangsterism out here on the internet, it was Reggie. And he goes and do an interview with Reggie. And yo, bro, man. Ah, man. Neckbone, if you watch it, brother, I'm just here to pull your coat, brother. I have nothing against you. I don't know you. I don't want no smoke with you. I'm just here to pull your coat that your man, Roden Rat Jr., is not your friend. He is using you to clear his name in this Tupac stuff. And he think that if you come up here and say certain things that the people or the prosecutors are going to feel like what you saying is saving him. Your credibility as a gangster is not helping Reggie in no way, shape, or form. You being a former convicted, I don't know if you're a felon or not, but having prior convictions is not helping Reggie in any way. In the streets and into the idiot universe, your word may be taken. But for us that know and know Reggie and know his lies and all his inconsistencies, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to myself, the RJ Barnes, the Michael Collins, the Russell Pools, rest in peace, the Kevin Hackeys, we all know Reggie is a liar. And he's full of crap. So you going on YouTube and trying to create a narrative that is going to help Reggie is not going to work because us that's in the know, us that know the research, you know what I'm saying? We know he's the orchestrator, as he calls himself. He's the cover-up dude, as he's been coined. Like, so you coming on YouTube, and like I told everybody, when you first did the interview with Vlad, it was stuff that you said that I knew was going to have Reggie spinning in his chair. Right? I knew it. And I said, I guarantee y'all, before your interview was done the first time, that they're going to have Neckbone come back on the channel, and Reggie's going to have to give Vlad some more questions to clean up the stuff that was damaging to him in the first interview. And what did they do? Brought you back immediately. And what did they do that was dumb? Was let Reggie interview you himself so he can control the narrative and make sure that Vlad don't put him in no more danger than he already did. By just asking the questions and him not having the knowledge to know what to say and what not to say and what to follow up with and what not to follow up with. Vlad didn't know. So what did he do? Reggie comes in there and interviews you himself, which was the dumbest thing he could have did because we all know he's trying to control the narrative. He was better off giving Vlad the questions and letting Vlad ask the questions himself. So this time around, he brings you right back, and you looking at the money like, oh, this is good money. I could do this. Nigga, you will be in jail like Keefy D. This is why in the first interview, they asked you a question about a body. I ain't going to reiterate it. Those who know, and those who don't know, I don't want to keep repeating it because I know that that question that they asked you about that body that you just got silent on, that wasn't a question. That was a message. Like, nigga, be careful what you say because we got something on you. That wasn't a question, brother. That was a message that you better shut the F up. So, no, you know that Vlad wouldn't even know that question to even ask you that because that's not a public record question, right? And with Reggie coming on right behind that and interviewing you, you see he didn't bring up that question in the second interview because that was a message. That was a message to let you know, nigga, allegedly, we got something on you. You better fall in line. Now, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you might have seen it in the comments, but I'm not going to say it again because we know that I'm watched by many of people. Now, I'm going to ask, let's do a little trivia here, y'all. This go out to, I'm going to propose this question to CC Crippin because you got to know CC Crippin means something and knows something. You know what I mean? So, CC Crippin, this question's for you. How many rude boys do you know, right, that will get up here and do an interview with a Great Street Crip or Crip affiliated who was a former cop, who was a former correction officer, who is a known snitch, who is a known FBI informant, who is known to goddamn sit there and accuse and try to set Suge up with Biggie's murder. What Pyru you know is going to go sit down on TV and then go and show up to the same studio where this known rat is going to be at and confessed FBI informant. Only time I snitched on anybody when I snitched on Omar Bradley, the mayor of Compton. Well, that's a big nigga to be snitching on. Who does that, CC Crippin? Oh, you already answered it. Right. None. Ain't no Pyru doing that. Now to all y'all of us, if you're not even familiar with Crips and Pyrus. But what Crip and Pyru do you know get together and get on TV to discuss murders and crimes? And what was Vlad's main question in the first interview, right? Did you kill Bobby Finch? What kind of question is that to be asking somebody? Now, if you know the story behind Bobby Finch, shout out to Kevin Hackey if you watch it. When Kevin Hackey showed up to the scene, Bobby Finch got murdered, right? Who was the first person that Kevin Hackey called? Reggie Wright Jr., right? He called him to tell him, yo, Bobby Finch just got killed. And Reggie said, yeah, I already know. He like, nigga, how do you know? It just happened 2 to 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I already know, but don't tell Suge. So if Reggie knew that Bobby Finch got murdered 2 minutes after the killing, and he was in Vegas, because remember, this is the day after Tupac got killed, that Bobby Finch got killed. Who's the only person that could have told Reggie that Bobby Finch got killed if Hackey is calling him off from the scene and Bobby Finch is only dead for 2-3 minutes? I'll let y'all answer that question. Anybody? If Reggie knew that Bobby Finch got killed and he's not at the scene, he's in Vegas, and Kevin Hackey calls him and tells him Bobby Finch is dead, he said, yo, I already know. And he like, well, how the hell would you know? Don't worry about that. Just don't tell Suge. The only person that could have told him that could have been the killer, right? I'm not saying that Neckbone was the killer. I'm just saying for Reggie to know that Bobby Finch was killed and he's in Vegas and Hackey is the one calling him first on the scene or one of the first on the scene, and he's calling to tell him, and the guy's only been pronounced dead for 3 minutes, and Reggie already knows this, and he's already out, and he's out in Vegas. Who else could have told him that? Do y'all remember Neckbone's reaction to that question? Think critically. What up? Y'all remember Neckbone's reaction to that question? Now, for Reggie to come on right at the next interview and Vlad not growing up in Compton and that not being public knowledge, who the hell you think told Vlad to ask Neckbone that question? And I tell you this, in this new interview, That's not brought up again. And I tell you, if it was me and I was asked that question and I didn't do it, my answer would have been like, hell no, I ain't kill him. The hell you talking about? Even if it's just a simple no. And like I said, that wasn't no question. That was a message. So if you continue to go on Vlad, brother, you better be clear on how you answer these questions, because they are entrapping you. They will Keefy D you. Because after all that, who shows up next to interview interview Neckbone? The goddamn orchestrator. Now, Neckbone is doing exactly what Keefy D did. And I don't think Neckbone is hip enough to all the shows that Reggie and them did for him to be aware that he's being put in the trick bag. But he'll know shortly. He better go through that channel and look at all the interviews and all the stories that Reggie and them told about him. Him alone. Go to his channel, Neckbone, and put your name in the search and see all the stories that Reggie talked about you and all the stuff that you did, or allegedly that you did. Because they putting you in the trick bag, buddy. And you'll see it shortly. So when you say, you know, you was just living your life, everything was good, you was at the DMV for 15 years, and all of a sudden, all these stories is coming out and they writing you up and all this other stuff. That's because people that's working with you are watching YouTube. And they hearing all these stories that Reggie and them was talking about you, and they effed up your job, bro. All them stories came from there. Nobody out here in the goddamn YouTube universe was telling Neckbone stories. Those all came from your guy Reggie. And you're sitting down with this creep, this known informant, this he worked for the FBI. He sold drugs. Nigga got 80, 90 months and did 12. This dude sit there talking about how he lost his job and stuff, how people kept bringing his name up and stuff. And this nigga Reggie sitting there acting like he wasn't the one that got on the internet and kept mentioning his name and putting his name in all these crimes and painting him as the enforcer. Neckbone, go look at the last interview you did, the full interview. Look at the title. They're going to change it because now that I just said it, and if I was you, I would make them change it. They got Neckbone, the enforcer. Nigga, you sit here working for the state, and they got you on YouTube as they titled your most recent interview. And you've been working for the state for the last 15 years, and they put in the goddamn title, you are the enforcer. What are they trying to do to your life, my nigga? The enforcer for Suge or the enforcer for Death Row. Like, that ain't making you look like no model citizen. You wonder why you lost your job? Let me see if I can pull it real quick. Here it go right here. Let me show y'all. Because they probably gonna try to change it. So let me pull it up so it don't look like I'm just saying that, right? Look at the line right here. Neckbone, involved in Tupac's MGM fight and Death Row enforcer, tells his life story. Yo, bro, what are they trying to do to you? And you trust Reggie? Death Row's enforcer. Let me show you what the definition of enforcer. Look at this. Enforcer. A person who imposes their will by violence and intimidation. Gangland enforcers linked to a drugs gang. A strong, aggressive, or intimidated player whose role is to protect the team, dominate an area of the field of play. Right? Here, this man worked in the DMV for the last goddamn 15, 20 years. Right? Vlad puts in the title Death Row Enforcer. Right? A person who imposes their will by violence and intimidation. Neckbone, if I'm you, it's just a suggestion. I'm making them take that down. Change that title, bro. What are y'all trying to do? Right? What are y'all trying to do? And then they come on and ask you all these incriminating questions and ask you if you killed somebody. And then put in the title, you the enforcer. Don't be mad at me for pulling your coat. Be mad at them for trying to line you up, my brother. I'm telling you, they're going to keep ED you. Knock on wood. And who you think is going to be comfortable with you if they go and look you up and they see you the Death Row enforcer with the reputation Death Row had for niggas drinking piss and all types of stuff? Now, which I ain't get to see yet, unless you watch the whole interview, you know what I'm saying? Reggie does his roll call, right? Now, I could tell that Neckbone at some point was like, yo, I ain't already. There's enough questions, Reggie, right? Cause he like, yo, man, how many pieces y'all gonna break this up into? Like, what's up, my nigga? Like, we done here, right? And Reggie goes, oh yeah, well, just let me get a few more questions in. Just a few more, Neckbone, right? Um, so yo, we do this thing over on my channel called the Roll Call. I just want to name some names, and I just want you to talk about some of these people. Now that's another trick bag, right? He's getting Reggie. I mean, Reggie's getting Neckbone to talk about street niggas while he throws out their government name and he mentions their street name, and then he's trying to get Neckbone to elaborate and talk about these guys, right? So when he get back to his handlers, he could be like, yeah, that guy he was talking about there, that's so and so and so and so and so. And that guy here, that was so and so and so. And hoping that Neckbone talk about criminal stuff that these guys have done, right? But like I said, Neckbone's a little smarter than the average YouTube dummy that got up there in front of Vlad and just incriminated themselves or incriminated others, right? So he names a whole bunch of people in Compton, right? But let me tell y'all the most interesting part, right? Guess who Reggie did not name from Compton that's supposed to be affiliated with Death Row and this roll call? And y'all didn't get a chance to see this yet, but y'all will for y'all that get to see it in parts, right? Who y'all think Reggie didn't mention in his roll call out of all the names around Death Row and stuff? I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. Let me see if anybody could get it. And if you saw it, you might already know who I'm talking about. Guess who Reggie did not ask Neckbone about? Let's see the names y'all know, the most popular names around Death Row. Trayvon, no, he asked him about Trayvon. And he was like, yo, I ain't talking about Trayvon. And nobody better not do nothing to him. He didn't talk about Trayvon. He asked him about Trayvon, but he didn't mention him. Sergeant Reynolds, no. He didn't ask him about no cops. No, he didn't ask him about David Mack or Perez, which is interesting. Never brought them up and asked him, man, was David Mack and Perez ever up at Death Row? He did not ask him about them. But those are good names, right? No, he didn't bring up the Bobby Finch thing. No, he did ask him about K-Dub. He had nothing bad to say about K-Dub. He did ask him about Marv James. You know, he talked good about Marv James, but he also said that Marv James, he left $1 million business to Marv James, and when he went to jail, and Marv James effed the company up in 2-3 months. He asked him about Buntry. Y'all ain't get it yet. He didn't ask him about Kevin Hackey. I got y'all on this one. This is a big one. I don't know how y'all didn't miss it. He didn't ask him about Kevin Gaines, which he should have been like, yo, man, all the people out here, they talking about Kevin Gaines and Mack and Perez worked at Death Row. Did you ever see them up there? He ain't do that. He asked him about Enron. He didn't ask him about none of the outlaws. There you go. We got it. Cornhill. Bing. You got it. You got it. Cornhill, you got it. Right there on the screen, y'all. Poochie. Now, Poochie was this fixture and everything Why, Reggie, didn't you ask Neckbone about Poochie? You asked him about all these ball pot rules, all these pot rules, all these Crips, all these Bloods. But you failed to mention Poochie, Reggie. Why? We know why. We know why. Why didn't you ask Neckbone about Poochie, Reggie? Because you didn't want to bring up the fact that you snitched on Suge and said that he killed Biggie and he had Poochie do it. How does Neckbone sit up there and do an interview with Reggie when this nigga tried to send Suge to jail for murder for Biggie? And when he asked him about Suge, he like, yo, I ain't got nothing bad to say about Suge. Suge gave me opportunity. And then Reggie goes, yeah, me too. He gave me opportunity too. I know me and Suge, we go through our stuff or whatever. But yeah, he did give us opportunity. Reggie sound like a stone cold broad too, talking to Neckbone. He's scared to death of Neckbone. He was in line talking to Neckbone. But however, he did not bring up Poochie. And why is Neckbone sitting down doing an interview with Reggie if Suge is his man and Reggie snitched on Suge saying that he allegedly got Biggie killed and that Poochie did it and set him up with Teresa Swan and sent the girl Teresa or Tammy Hawkins into the jail Wyatt and tried to set Suge up. And Reggie is on Vlad TV telling Vlad Russell Poole got it right. Suge is the one that killed Biggie. And Neckbone supposed to be Suge's bro. And he's sitting up there with this rat bastard. Former cop. Former jailer. Correction officer. Drug convicted. Drug pushing. Money laundering. Dope selling cop. Working for the FBI. Working with Gray Caden, LAPD, and sat there and got there on Vlad TV, the same platform he's interviewing Neckbone on, and said that Suge killed Biggie and tried to set Suge up. And he's sitting there doing the interview with Reggie. That's how I know Neckbone don't know everything about Reggie or know what was going on. Because he would never be sitting up there with Reggie doing no goddamn interview, knowing that Reggie said, I would play it. But they would try to flag it, even though they flagged it before and got it taken down. I beat that. I fought it and I beat it, and I could have left it up because I used it in fair use. But to show them that I don't need to use their footage, let Neckbone go look up that interview himself. And if you know Neckbone, show it to him. Reggie said that Suge killed Biggie. And he used Poochie to do it. So you mean to tell me Reggie talks to Neckbone for at least 30 minutes, probably to an hour, doing a roll call, name everybody around Death Row, and failed to mention Poochie. Cornhill, ding, 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 you got that. I'm gonna have to start giving out some prizes for y'all that with the. I got the most intelligent goddamn audience in the YouTube universe, boy. I'm telling you, man, y'all be on point. Yes, Poochie. Reggie fails to ask Neckbone about Poochie. Was that a coincidence? Hell no. So, Reggie, you getting up there interviewing Neckbone, you think we supposed to trust Neckbone now? You think we supposed to trust Neckbone? Nigga, you got a narrative going, you pushing it, and you there to keep him in line to make sure he say what you need him to say because you got something on him. I can't believe Neckbone is sitting here doing an interview with a former cop, a Great Street Crip, according to his federal paperwork, a former correction officer, a FBI informant, and an associate of Keefe D and Orlando Anderson. He can't say he's not an associate of Keefe D and Orlando. We know he is. Calling him on the phone on YouTube. Going to his shop with a briefcase with his daddy. Meeting up with him at Edie Fall's office to give him money. Oh, you know what's interesting too? When Reggie brings up Orlando Anderson to Neckbone, Neckbone says, yeah, your man. Reggie, oh, yo, come on, man. Why you gonna say that? Why you gonna say that's my boy, man? Come on. Neckbone said, he brought up Orlando Anderson. He said, yeah, that's your boy. Reggie go, oh, come on, man. Why you gonna say that, Neckbone? Why he my boy? He not your boy? You gave him a check for $60K. He not your boy? How he not your boy? I'm telling you, wait till y'all see it. He bring up Orlando, and Neckbone says, oh, that's your boy. I swear on everything I love. They might cut it now that I'm talking about it. Well, they ain't got to cut it because it's on the membership page. So the full thing is already up. So they could try to cut it. It's already there. He said, that's your boy. Reggie goes, oh, come on, man. Oh, man, come on. He just starts spinning in his chair. Come on, man. Why he got to be my boy? Because you telling me you can give the guy that killed Tupac, you called your daddy and said Orlando Anderson killed Tupac, and then you sitting down giving the nigga a check? Think about that, y'all. Reggie called his father and said Orlando Anderson shot Tupac. And a few months later, he's turning around giving him a check. What? How does that work, y'all? You call your daddy, say Orlando Anderson shot Tupac. And then you in the meeting with him with your daddy and Keefe D and Officer Reynolds, and y'all giving this nigga money. And then he tried to line Neckbone up. Oh, he tried to line Neckbone up. Now, Neckbone, this is another one that I'm sure you are not aware of. Reggie been telling stories talking about how Suge and them used to have freak offs. And they used to have sex with underage girls, allegedly. So, in this interview, in the full version, Reggie says, yo, I want to ask you about some things. He tried to line Suge up and set him up. But once again, I'm telling y'all, Neckbone is not the average dummy that gets on YouTube. This nigga's, he's a little smarter than the average bear, but some of the stuff he's just not aware of because he's not aware of what Reggie was doing on his channel. So he asks his what you call it, Neckbone. He says, "Oh man, I know you seen this stuff that been going down with Diddy or whatever. You know these freak offs. You know, yo, tell us about some of the parties that was going on down at Death Row, man. You know, some of these parties, you know, like freak offs." Neckbone go, "What? Man, I don't know nothing about that. We wasn't doing that type of stuff. We wouldn't have no freak offs. Like, we wasn't doing that. Like, nigga, what you trying to do, Reggie?" Reggie, like, I mean, or not, you know, freak offs or not. No, Reggie, you was on your channel saying that they was having freak offs at Death Row. Sugar was allegedly having young girls, underage girls, and all this stuff. You said that. You just try to get Neckbone to co-sign what you had already said. That nigga said, "I don't know nothing about that. We wasn't doing no parties like that. You know, I never been around nothing like that." I said, "Oh, this nigga Reggie is trying to line this nigga up to say certain things to co-sign what he said or what he may have allegedly told his handlers." But he damn sure said it on his YouTube channel. But Neckbone didn't go for it. And I know Neckbone don't know none of this stuff because I could tell by his reaction, by his body language. Like, and even if they did, he was not stupid enough to be like, "Oh yeah, we was freaking off, man. We had all types of wild parties." Now, what he did say was, "Man, I remember, you know, chicks used to be lined up at Suge's door at hotels. They be lined up to get with that nigga." He like, once, you know, Suge, you know, became popular and stuff, man, all the women was after him. But he never said anything about them having any freak offs or anything like that. Neckbone, you dodged a bullet with that one. Cause Reggie done told all these stories about how y'all niggas was doing freak offs and all this other stuff. And another thing that I learned too with this interview, Reggie wasn't running no goddamn Death Row. At no point or another did he say, "Yo, Neckbone, tell people that I used to run Death Row. People say I wasn't running Death Row. Or Suge said I never ran Death Row." He didn't ask him that. He didn't go and try to prove that he ran Death Row while the whole time when Suge was locked up because his ass was lying. Now, Neckbone, I pray to God you watching this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody need to pull your coat that got some knowledge about this rat bastard Reggie, right? This federal informant, goddamn snitch, drug dealing, drug trafficking, money laundering as rat bastard, right? And how is Reggie making money right now if he can't be working, right? If he's so injured and everything, disability, or is he working? Working. Because you know them CI budgets is nice. Now, Neckbone, as you see, Reggie tried to bring up, once again, you already talked to Vlad about staying at Suge house and the house got raided. Reggie tried to bring him back and talk about something that we don't know exactly what Reggie was trying to get Neckbone to say. And I'm pretty much sure Neckbone know what he was trying to get him to say. But he asked him about this. He asked him the same question again about what you call it. That's when he said Orlando Anderson was Reggie's boy, right? He was like, yo, man, you talked about when you stayed at Suge's mother house and how it got raided. Man, tell them what they was looking for. Tell them what happened again. And he said, oh, man. Oh, you talking about when they picked me up and put me in the car with your boy? Reggie, why you got to be my boy? Because he is your boy. And Neckbone made it very clear that Orlando Anderson was Reggie's boy. They was cool. Which makes you wonder, who walked Orlando Anderson out of that MGM Grand? Because it damn sure looked like Reggie. Why was Orlando standing there waiting? And then they come walk him out of there. And then Reggie calls his dad. Orlando shot Tupac. And then turns around and give this nigga a check. You giving a check to the nigga that shot Tupac and killed Tupac allegedly. How does that make sense to anybody, y'all? And now Neckbone is telling us that Orlando is Reggie's boy? And we know Reggie is Crip affiliated? Is it in federal paperwork? Now, Neckbone, you don't find it strange that that house got raided while Reggie and Suge was in the Bahamas? Think about it, Neckbone. And this is why I say think about it, Neckbone, because if you don't know, I talked to Suge for at least 2 years straight, sometimes 4 hours a day, right? And it's a lot of stuff that he told me that I never even talked about, right? But one thing I do remember Suge telling me, that now that I know that your house got raided by the FBI, the ATF, the Compton PD, LAPD, Las Vegas Metro PD, and they were looking for guns, right? Now, could they have been looking for the gun that killed Tupac? But however, peep game, Neckbone, do the connection, because I did it, right? The same time your house got raided, and they put you in the car with Reggie's boy. Don't you know when they came back from the Bahamas, Suge and them got raided by the FBI and the ATF and everybody too? And Suge told me that he felt Reggie and them set him up. Now, Reggie and them told him that he could leave the country. He was cleared. To come to find out when he came back in that he wasn't cleared. He didn't have the right to leave the country. And that's when he got violated and wound up going to court. And then they found out about the fight, which who we know told him about the fight, because Orlando Anderson never pressed no charges. And David Kenner went and subpoenaed the fight tape. Why? Why would he go and subpoena that tape? Nobody pressed charges, right? Now, I don't know the last time you talked to Suge, Neckbone, but ask him, am I lying when I tell you this? When they was pulling back into the dock, for one, now we know, damn, God damn it, now we know why Reggie threw the gun in the water. Allegedly. The same gun that supposed to have been thrown in the water in the Bahamas that allegedly winded up in the Compton evidence locker that he gave it to his daddy. Because in the deposition, he said he gave it to his daddy, that 40 Glock, and his father put it in the Compton evidence locker. But on YouTube and in interviews, he say he threw it in the water and then he gave it to the security dude, he threw it in the water. However, Neckbone, when you got arrested and they raided the house, they tried to put a crime on you that you didn't do, which he probably gave them some false information to try to put it on you. Right? Same time you get arrested and they sweep Compton and they looking for these guns that they wasn't there in Suge's house. Reggie says he threw the gun in the water or he gave it to his father, whatever. But when they come pulling into the docks, Suge said, ask them. It was the FBI, ATF, everybody in there waiting on them when they pulled in. He looked at Reggie like, you dirty mother effer. And he said Reggie defecated on himself right there. When they got into the police car, they arrested him. All he could smell was doo-doo. And Reggie was so scared when Suge looked at him and realized he set him up, allegedly, that Reggie defecated on himself. Ask him. Now, it makes sense now why Reggie allegedly threw this gun in the water, because he knew when they pulled up back in the dock that the police was going to be there. And they got raided coming in from the Bahamas, pulling into the dock, and at the same time, you was arrested at the house. So what that tells me is what? Allegedly, Reggie probably ratted y'all out. And knowing that Suge was going to get arrested, he tried to get rid of his muscle too, simultaneously. And here's another thing. How I know Reggie wasn't around for anything, right? Not one time in this whole 2.5-hour interview that Reggie tried to reminisce with Neckbone about times at death row. Not, yo, man, tell the people, man, that, I was running death row when Suge went to jail. Or, yo, you remember that time when we did this? Or you remember that time when we did that? Never, you could tell Reggie was outside on patrol doing security. He wasn't in no rooms and no meetings with Neckbone and Suge in them. It ain't 5 minutes of Reggie reminiscing with Neckbone about any time of them being at death row together. Mr. Confessions of a Label Boss. Lying ass nigga. You was running death row. You wasn't running nothing, nigga. Lying ass nigga. You couldn't get Neckbone to co-sign that? You couldn't get Neckbone say, yo, man, they said I didn't run. Suge said I didn't run Death Row. Did not run Death Row? Never. Never did you say that. Never did you bring up Poochie. Never did you say, yo, was Mac Perez and Kevin Gaines, did you ever see them around Death Row? None of that. Nigga, you was out shopping for donuts. So we got a snitch, a former cop, and a dope dealer, a drug trafficker, a money launderer, an FBI informant, a witness tamperer, sitting up here doing the interview with Neckbone, trying to convince us that we should believe Neckbone. You want us to believe that Neckbone is your proof, Reggie, that you were looking out for Tupac? And that you wasn't trying to smoke him, huh? Allegedly, right? But as Neckbone said, Orlando was your boy. So I guess that mean that Edie Falls office between you and the Crips, that didn't happen, right? Who was that meeting with? You were the one giving the Crips the money. This dude gave the guy that he called his father and said shot and killed Tupac money. Yo, you cannot make this up. And now we know from Neckbone that Orlando was Reggie's boy. You gave money to the dude that you told your daddy killed Tupac. And you trying to convince us that you was defending Tupac? Reggie, go play in the mud. You dirty pig. You need to go play in the mud, nigga. So let me ask y'all a question, man. I need y'all to type your answer in the comment section. Yes or no? Do you believe that the guy that called his daddy and told him Orlando Anderson killed Tupac, and he's in the office handing him money, is out here telling the truth right now? Do you believe he's telling the truth? I'll put your answers on the screen. That's 3 no's, 4 no's, 5 no's, 6 no's, 7 no's, 8 no's, 10 no's, 11 no's, 12 no's, 13 no's, 14 no's, 15 no's, 16, 17, 18 no's, 19, 20, 21 no's, 22 no's. I think that we get the picture, right? So, now, if I know he's lying, and my audience knows he's lying, Reggie, don't you think that the police know you lying too? Neckbone, watch that dude. I'm telling you, he'll Keefy D you. We seen it once before. If all these people right here is out here telling you they don't believe that, he's telling the truth. I'm not making nobody sit here and say no. We all know Reggie's lying. And if we all know Reggie's lying, the police know Reggie's lying. So, with that being said, I'll be back again tomorrow. Choke no joke, same bad time, same bad channel. We knocking on wood for you, Neckbone. 100. Hey, Reggie. Orlando's your boy, huh? And what you called yourself? The orchestrator? Please make sure you hit like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Shout out to everybody that gave me a donation. Shout out to my man Ness. Thanks for the donation. Choke no joke. Y'all already know, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. 1.
Jack Brown, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I see Diddy behind bars or kills, penitentiary scars. The man act, is it going too far? Back, y'all industry rats, y'all whack. That's 100 on Pyro. You'll be trapped like Pac. The go viral. Gene saw the nuts of gyro. At the freak off and Diddy too. But plug shopper, free door stopper. Nigga, you don't know if you a criminal or a cop. But you're next to be locked. Ask Keefy D. Telling on yourself on Vlad TV. You dumb nigga, you right. You never be me. And I never be you too. Telling on you too. Sitting on the step, giving up myself. What the fuck I look like? My name G-Dap. Comb legacy doom. Will the bad boy see time like loan? Your extortion fell through. You friend to no one, like the moon. What did you do? Sat back and watch him get groomed. Only badge in the room. You and wifey drunk the juice. Saw the check for Pac life. And his back right. Guess it's bad boy for life. Or should same gang. You the same lane. That did he let hang. And now he chain gang. Damn, you rocked him, fella. Didn't you? For the mozzarella. Did it for Wolf and his mother, D-Fur and Kerborough. Nah, nigga, you did it cause your ass ain't thorough. And you ain't from the boroughs. Joke, no joke, you know what it is. This one's for the whole earth, you know. When they get disrespectful, I just go to the booth and kick the truth to the young black youth. Joke, no joke. You already know. Y'all know I love that cooch. You know what this is. I love that cooch. Yeah. It's the A thing. Clean cooch. Let's go. Yo, what's up? My nuts when I wake up. Got morning wood and I just bust one. In mahogany, I'm Ron Osley. Between the sheets, she want to ski and just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. I eat her coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her.
Joke, no joke. Yeah. It's joke, no joke. Joke, no joke. Chicken joke, no joke. Joke, no joke.